Be ready for the dictation. Start. The appeal arises before Supreme Court from a judgment dated 12/1/2022 of the High Court of Gujarat, where the High Court dismissed an appeal against dated the judgment of the Additional Chief Judicial Magistrate 38/2016, by which the first respondent was acquitted of the offence under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Stop. The issue before the Supreme Court is whether the offence under Section 138 of the Act would deem to be committed if the cheque that is dishonored does not represent the enforceable debt at the time of encashment. Stop. On 10/4/2014, the appellant issued a statutory notice under Section 138 of the Act to the first respondent accused. Stop. It was alleged that the first respondent borrowed a sum of rupees 20 lakhs from the appellant on 16/1/2012, and to discharge the liability issued a cheque dated 17/3/2014 bearing cheque number 877828 for the said sum. Stop. It was further alleged that the cheque, when presented on 2/4/2014, was dishonored due to insufficient funds. Stop. The appellant issued the notice calling the first respondent to pay the legally enforceable debt of rupees 20 lakhs. Stop. On 12/5/2014, the appellant filed a criminal complaint against the first respondent for the offence under Section 138 of the Act. Stop. On 19/5/2014, the first respondent issued another reply to the legal notice. Stop. By the said reply, the earlier reply to the legal notice was sought to be amended by replacing the acknowledgement of having received a loan of rupees 40 lakhs to rupees 20 lakhs. Stop. By a judgment dated 30/8/2016, the trial court acquitted the first respondent of the offence under Section 138 on the ground that the first respondent paid the appellant a sum of rupees 4 lakh between 8/4/2012 and 30/12/2013, partly discharging his liability in respect of the debt of rupees 20 lakh. Stop. The trial court observed that the appellant has failed to prove that he was owed a legally enforceable debt of rupees 20 lakh. Stop. Therefore, the appellant's complaint proved that the accused has paid rupees 4 lakh out of the amount due as per fact. Stop. So that on the day the plaintiff deposited in the bank to recover a legal amount of rupees 20 lakh. Stop. The court believes that the prosecution has failed to prove that fact. Stop. The appellant filed an appeal against the judgment of the trial court before the High Court of Gujarat. Stop. On 10/10/2019, the first respondent moved an application before the High Court of Gujarat seeking to place on record the amended reply dated 19/5/2014. Stop. By an order dated 11/10/2018, the High Court allowed the application for placing the additional evidence on record. Stop. The High Court, by its judgment dated 12/1/2022, dismissed the appeal, thereby upholding the judgment of the trial court acquitting the first respondent. Stop. High Court, while dismissing the appeal against acquittal, held that the notice issued by the appellant is an omnibus notice, since it does not represent a legally enforceable debt. Stop. Relying on the judgment of this court in Rahul Builders versus Arihant Fertilizers and Chemicals, it was held that the legal notice was not issued in accordance with proviso (B) to Section 138, since it did not represent the correct amount. Stop. The appellant has contended that the requirement under Section 138 is to send a notice demanding the check amount stop. It was contended that the offence under Section 138 was made out since the appellant in the statutory notice demanded the payment of rupees 20 lakhs, which was the check amount stop. The High Court affirmed the finding of fact by the trial court that a part of the debt owed by the first respondent to the appellant was discharged, and thus the notice of demand issued under Section 138 of the Act is not valid stop. In the course of the analysis, the following